Because that actual gold-filled empire with a sacred gold-filled lake wasn't good enough for him, he decided he wanted to start making up names. Our heroes are trekking westward when their way is barred by... Let me just spin this wheel real quick.
A geopolitical megazord,
There are two conclusions you can draw for what's going on. Door number one, the Muisca don't assign the same value to gold as we do. Door number two, these savages must have so much gold squirreled away somewhere that they can afford to just parade around in it like it's nothing, and that means the real motherlode has to be hidden somewhere else. Fear not, my daughter and or auntie,
For every Plato's Republic, there's an equal and opposite Diogenes peeing at a banquet table.
And with the help of his super intelligent ox, who he's had this whole time, don't even worry about it.
Okay, that Italian wasn't quite correct, but it was mostly okay, so I'll let it slide.
Next is the bulgy.
That wasn't even slightly Italian.
This bogey
Red, you're killing me.
is for next in this bulge.
What circle of hell am I in to deserve this?
Next is the bulgy.
Why are you doing this to me?
In the next bulgy.
Stop.
We find-
People in this next bulge.
Is that how you say that?
It's really not that hard.
And those in this bulge
I literally just said...
are deceiving people who belong in this next bulge.
That's Spanish!
I believe you mean es español.
Also, you're not allowed to say bulge anymore.
But I've never said bulge. So in this thingy are the cheaters who cheat on stuff.
Okay, so Red, say it with me because this is going to bother me to no end. Bulge.
Bulgy.
Bulge.
Bulja.
You are pure evil.
Unnecessary evil. Oh, the colonizers dismissed the incredibly valuable and unique resource of the colony as worthless scrap because they're too busy digging for their own personal currency they've arbitrarily assigned value to. Yeah, nice. And I bet the real treasure was the friends they made along the way, right? I swear, nothing owns colonial Spain harder than it owned itself. The only deity who gets to make life unnecessarily complex for a hero of the Trojan War is me.
So one day, Diogenes waltzed into the academy with a plucked chicken shouting, "Behold, a man!" Hey, King George, what's the opposite of tea? Yeet!
Hold on, I think I've got this written down. So this is Juan Martinez, who participated in the search for El Dorado with Diego de Ordaz 40 years after Diego de Ordaz died. This guy was captured by natives and taken to El Dorado and saw the streets all paved with gold and stuff, and he says that El Dorado is totally real. That's the story that made Sir Walter Raleigh go, "I've never heard anything more legit in my entire life, let's go." Or in some cases, "Bah, such notions are for children, and I, an extremely sophisticated adult, have no time for such childish notions as healthy relationships or trust. Now I shall away to the internet, whereupon I shall inform preteen cartoon fans that joy is fleeting, friendship is communist propaganda, and death comes for us all." Then he decides the best way to go about it is to burn down his own monastery.
Worse yet, France was egging them on, and then they got ideas.
Awful! We have to do something! In 8 to 13 business month.
Because with this generator that we hooked up to Campbell's grave, we can power the entire eastern seaboard with how fast he's spinning.
Let's not get too specific, that's how you attract philosophers. So he avoids the judging eyes of Judgy McJudgeface.
Oh, I didn't become an atheist because I once pissed myself in church. Please stop saying that. It's not true.
Just gonna let that one slide. Anyway,
Blue is fine. He's definitely not tied up in a closet somewhere.
Pay no attention to the knocking sound in the background. Jen actually left for us by our dear, totally not tied up in one of our closets, friend Blue.
Very considerate of him.
Yes, very, very kind of him to slide me a note under the door.
American colonists were furious to be treated like, gasp, a colony.
stuck in one place and with nothing to capture my attention but the entire corpus of all human knowledge in every movie ever made, now we can go get those lessons on proper inflection and tone! Remind me to never pick a fight with a magpie. Apparently those little scamps are stronger than they look.
1740. Britain dunks on the French Navy because they can.
More good people versus bad people conflicts, only the good people have the power of Godzilla and anime on their side. A prophecy. A prophecy. Prophecy. The prophecy. The prophecy. The prophecy. So to the prophecy. And the prophecy. Household chores? The man has no skin!
Ah yes, Mr. John Johnson. He must have a respectable career of doing job at place. A gentleman who insists that his name is John Johnson, esteemed doer of job at place. I'm sure Guy Fawkes was shocked the constable saw through his ironclad disguise.
Denying the explicit orders of a witch in a fairy tale? What could possibly go wrong? Gee, it's almost like this place is deeply sacred somehow, and fucking with it is asking for trouble. All those colorful spandex superhumans with wildly unrealistic power sets saving the day for truth and justice? How childish. How implausible. plausible. Now we had dark spandex superhumans killing people with their wildly unrealistic power sets for personal reasons. See, that's much more believable. Who needs to grow up now, Mom?
Now this alarm bell wrapped in a red flag had the easily foreseeable consequence of
Who's more irresponsible? The guy who gives birth to a horse, or the guy who rides his nephew into battle?
When that old card Agamemnon sacrifices his daughter, what a jokester. And naturally they didn't.
and so Scotland was free to be its own antagonist the way God intended.
Which is hilarious because mythological Loki literally can't manipulate his way out of a box.
Whack. And allied with the Scots and abolished the monarchy, and
A nice calm stream that happens to be home to an enormous F*** you dragon!
they needed to play nice. And none of them wanted to.
Well, that's not very zen of him.
Unorthodox display of hubris, but very well.
Hey, I never said I wasn't a hypocrite.
You forgot the evil laughter.
Oh.